Welcome to the Nutty Sports Guys down on the farm. Today we're coming to you from beautiful John Thurman Field. We're up at the top. Yeah, we have our Modesto Nuts Jumbotron guy, Ernesto Polito, behind the camera. I hope we're going to have some fun. I'm here today with our head of media production.
I gotta cut. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is MLB, I think.
Oh.
Hello?
It's that kind of fun we got around here. You never know what you're going to get with the Nutty Sports Guys.
Yeah, are you testing because today's are we're the game of the day? Yeah. Okay, let me go turn that on, and so that's probably why you're not seeing any video.
I mean, how cool is that? We are the live free game on MLB today. That's totally awesome. That just shows how much the Modesto Nuts are really kicking some tail around here. We're getting some recognition. We're taking on the San Jose Giants today and all week long. So far, 1-0. We're going into Game 2 today. It's a 6-game series. That's how it works in the minors. Our highlights, man, we are starting to get them rolling throughout each and every game. Even on Sunday against Fresno when it was 1-0. There were some great defensive highlights, some great pitching highlights. It was fantastic. Speaking of highlights and being solid and fantastic, we've had some movement down here on the farm. We got Caleb Cali heading up to Everett. Yeah, the Modesto Nuts were finally getting some recognition. Well, I can't say finally. We've been getting it a long time now. And since last year's 2023 Cal League Championship. But when he gets back, we've got the head of production with us today, Chris Estrada. What do we have coming up? We've got our luau night on Friday. Come on down to the ballpark. Bring your aloha spirit. Brought to us by Kona Brewing. But yeah, we're going to have the hula cam, but it's going to be fun no matter what we do around here. It's nutty.
Just want to have some fun, man.
We're just having some nutty fun. That's great.
As the manager here, I got to do baseball duties, When MLB's on the line, you can't leave them on hold or send them a voicemail, Got things to do.
Absolutely.
Today's game of the day, so, even though this might be posted later on, you will know on May 15th, we were the game of the day. Anyone was able to watch our game for free.
And that's some cool stuff. I mean, Giants versus Nuts, big Giants versus Mariners kind of thing for the future that you'll get to see. We were just discussing, Chris, that Caleb Cali, he's moving up.
Caleb Cali just got promoted today. Really awesome for him. Kind of sucks for us because we obviously lose a guy, but that's how minor leagues work and whatnot. But no, he was definitely just destroying, running through the California League. And how great is that for a name too?
Oh,
Cali.
Yeah. Caleb Cali in California. Now, we've got 7 of the top prospects in the Mariners system. Caleb wasn't one of them, and he's getting pulled up. So that just shows how deep we are in Modesto.
And not just that, just the fact of also how talented this group is. And it's like as soon as they just bring some guy up, it's like you think this is the most stacked team that the Mariners have. And you have all of a sudden some guy you haven't heard of, like, as you said, Caleb Cali was not a top prospect.
Yeah.
He was the hottest player on the team. The first hitter to be promoted, as you said, of all the top prospects on this team in that lineup from top to bottom. Even our number 9 hitter is batting like 300.
Yeah.
Our catchers, they split the time about 3 games a week, and their still offense is just so good.
Absolutely. And it's one thing to have a top prospect, but to have other bats around them really protect each other. That's us. You don't have a weakness in this lineup. Therefore, if there is actually a weakness, it gets put in the backdrop because you're just so solid everywhere.
No,
Pitchers can't take a pitch off.
Exactly. And then speaking of that, and then the pitching staff is just as good. I mean, we can go on and on about the hitting, but it's almost like this pitching staff is great.
Yeah.
I remember coming into this season, these are a lot of guys, they're not top prospects either. I mean, you have their starter, Tyler Goff, is a top prospect, and I believe Brody Hopkins draftee from last year is also on the top 30. But other than that, no one else really is. But you look at the surprising guys on this team. The guy that just got promoted 2 days ago, Anthony Tomchak, he was acting as like our closer for here Modesto, and he was up for a little bit last year, was a little bit up and down, and then he had an injury and was just shut down for the rest of the year. And this year, it's totally like he's matured, he's grown, he's looking like he's fully healthy now because he was doing nothing but dominating up here in his short time up here.
Then you can take a look at the other pitchers that we have. I mean, Elijah Dale. Yesterday, Will Schomburg, 5 innings, no runs, 5 strikeouts on only 3 hits. He had that last week. He was our player of the week. 1-0 against Fresno, who's a second place team in the Northern Division. Yeah, the pitching is just top notch, and the hitting, well, that's even more top notch. It's pretty ridiculous around here.
Exactly. Like you said, Schomburg, Elijah Dale. We haven't even talked about Ashton Izzy is the number 5 starter, or the 5 starters. He's the other one, and Ashton Izzy is also doing great, doing great as well. His ERA is under 3. I mean, you're looking at Will Schomburg, 2.12 ERA. Today's pitcher, Elijah Dale, 2.36 ERA. And then Ashton Izzy, who's been pitching just as good, he's 2.70 ERA. Like, these guys are straight up dominating this league. And that's why our team is just dominating throughout the whole league itself.
Absolutely. We haven't had a series where we've lost more than 2 games. We've either had 1 loss or 2 losses out of 6-game series. It's borderline unheard of, especially in the Cal League, because usually it's pretty evened out. Not this year.
Oh, most definitely. If you look at the standings for the other teams as well, I don't have it on me right away, but I mean, the next best team, I'm not sure exactly if it's Fresno or the Quakes even, but no team has 20 wins yet in our Cal League, and the Nuts have 24 already. Yeah. And they do not have any, or they don't have double-digit losses. They only have 8. And actually, they're the best team in all of minor league baseball, basically, especially by winning percentage-wise. Only one team in the AAA level that has played more games than us here in the high A or low A level. They have more wins than us, and that's just because they've played more games. But no other team has more wins than the Nuts right now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. We have 24 wins. The next best is Rancho Cucamonga, who we took care of in a 6-game series, 4-2. They've got 20 wins. Everyone else is in the teens. So, except for Inland Empire, they haven't even reached the teens yet. They're at 10. Here we are, 24-8.
There we go. At this point, I mean, they're on pace for 100 wins. I mean, that's kind of unheard of. Realistically, it's probably not going to happen, but just the fact that they're on pace for 100 wins for a minor league season, that just being on pace for that is just unheard of.
Yeah. But to think about it, it might actually happen with 100 wins, because even with our guys going up, Arizona Complex League, we are pretty stacked down there as well.
And the top prospect down there in the Arizona League right now is a shortstop in itself, as we didn't have enough shortstops down or infielders down here. I mean, we got Ty P, we got Colt Emerson, we got Michael Arroyo.
Oh, man.
I mean, those guys, you got to find somewhere for these guys to play. And then you're talking about another shortstop down there in the ACL, Felnin Celestin, who's a top-rated prospect. I think he's number 5 for the Mariners right now. And right now, their season just started last week, and in 7 games, he has a 7-game hitting streak. Yeah. He has a hit in every game so far.
It's been fun to watch. I mean, unfortunately, because we're nowhere near the Arizona League, and most people up in the Seattle region aren't around us, we're getting all these reports. I can't wait to see with my own eyes. Like, if I didn't see all this that we're doing down here with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. All the comebacks, the walk-offs, pitchers holding other teams to 0. It's been fun. Like I said, I wouldn't believe it if I wasn't seeing it.
I mean, I think that's crazy too, about like how the year ended last year for when the team went on their playoff run. You know, they ended the year 21-2 in their last 23 games. They swept through their 4 games in the playoffs to become champion. Then you come here to 2024. You know, it's a new year. You know, they're trying to think like, oh, that's in the past. You know, it's trying to start build on something brand new. And they're just continuing on from that. I mean, from that, like I just said, they ended the year last year 21-2, and this year they've started 24-8. it's almost like they've just bought into that idea of what they were doing last year, and they've just continued on strongly this year.
Winning is a skill. I don't care what you say. Winning is actually a skill because it's a mindset, and that is something that this team definitely has. What are they? 63-17 in the last 80 games. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take that percentage any day.
No, most definitely.
So what do we have going on this week here at the ballpark?
So here this week we got a couple theme nights coming up here at John Thurman Field. Actually today we have an early start game. Today is at 4:05. Like I also mentioned, today is our free game of the day on MILB.com to promote these top Mariner prospects. But then we have Education Day, so it's going to be filled and packed here today with kids is what's going on today. And then tomorrow for Thursday, we have our usual Pups and Pints night, so fans can bring their dogs to the ballpark and have some fun there. And then also it's a foster care awareness night is what's happening there. And then on Friday is probably the one we're probably hopefully looking most forward to is our luau night.
Woo-hoo!
So, we got some good stuff planned for that night. And then on Saturday is our second Los Alebrijes de Modesto Latino night. And we're playing a loteria around the ballpark. And then also the first 200 fans have a chance to get a $5 gift card to St. Martin's.
Yeah. The first one was great. What did we have? The blackout. 3 people compete for the blackout, which the blackout was a prize of a 75-inch TV, I believe, and 3. It was great.
And 3 people won it, so then they had to do a tiebreaker near the end of the game.
Yeah. No, the crowd was fantastic that game. That was, it was fantastic. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. And not even to mention, on Sunday is Family Fun Day, where the Nuts turn into the Modesto Mariners. I kind of am sad when the team's on the road. Because we have so much fun here.
No, exactly. I mean, these guys are so fun to watch, it's fun here at the ballpark, and then it's just a fun group and team to watch that it is going to suck. And I hate every time that the team is on the road because I don't get to be there to watch them. I got to watch it on my TV screen like everybody else.
Yeah. So, all right. So any last thoughts on what's coming up with this team, the stadium, the games? Anything you got for last thoughts?
Just, if you're able to come out to the ballpark, it's a very fun environment to come out here, watch the Modesto Nuts. And then not just that, we're watching some great baseball right now. Like, this team is on a historic pace right now. Like I'm saying, this just does not happen in baseball. Baseball is people always say baseball is the hardest sport to play.
Oh, yeah.
And, what's happening is just does not happen. Baseball is the sport that you always get humbled by, you're always going to do good, and then there's going to be a lot of bad in it. And right now, this team is full of nothing but good.
It really is.
It's crazy about how this just does not happen. So if you have a chance to come out to Modesto Nuts game, you definitely got to make the trip out here.
Yeah. And as Corey Gales has said in past podcasts, you can see behind us, the guys are already putting the effort in. The work is being done. That's why it's so much fun, because they're already seeing the game before the game's even played, because they're down there on the field.
Exactly.
So, yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with the Nutty Sports guys here. For Ernesto behind the camera, I'm the boss man. I mean, my boss is over there.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm his boss when the game really starts.
Yes, head of media productions. All right, so we're here at John Thurman Field. You should be down here too. Come on down. Check out, get some tickets, ModestoNuts.com. Well, thanks for hanging out. All right, we'll see you next one. Let's go Nuts!